Hi everyone, so in this video I'm gonna do stiletto nails, and if you wanna know how to do it, then keep on watching. So first what we have to do is disinfect the nails, and then I'm pushing back her cuticles. This is also what people consider a dry manicure. When you push back the cuticles on all nails, you have to scrape off the dead skin cells. If need be, you also need to trim the cuticles. Hers are really stiff and overgrown, so that's what I have to do. Her previous design had some rhinestones, so I'm just nipping them off with my cuticle nipper and just popping them into the ventilation hole. It'll suck it right up. And now it's time to remove the old design. She had this on for about 4.5 weeks, if I remember correctly. She has natural nails, but it has gel on top, so it's a gel overlay. And on top of that, I just did some gel polish, and that's the only thing I'm removing right now. That's the color, and not really the gel that's underneath, because this will give me a new... how do I say this? You don't have to remove anything that you'll be needing later, if you know what I mean. So I'll be needing the gel, or else I will have to build it up again. She still has a nice curve, as you can see, so basically only removing the gel color. She also didn't have really any lifting. As you can see, it still looks quite nice. I've also been asked how long it takes for me to file and buff the nails. Well, to be honest, it takes me over an hour to actually file the nail. And after doing it with the drill, I also like to smooth it out with a nail file so that I don't have to do anything too much to it when I'm applying the gel. It's just my way of working. If you were used to doing it differently, go ahead and do so, but this is how I like to do it. And since the nail became a little bit longer, I like to reshape the nail as well. And then on the new growth, I like to buff the nail. Instead of using the drill, I like it this way, or else I will get a lot of damage. And if there's any extra bits, I'll scrape it off as well. So, billion hours later, I'm finally finished with filing, and then I'm removing the dust with some rubbing alcohol and a tissue or paper towel. Right here I'm using Prep DX, and this is an antifungal agent which also dehydrates the nail in preparation for acrylic or gel. Then I'm using a NSI Balance Bond. This is a gel primer. I also use this for acrylic, so it doesn't really matter in my opinion. And I'm just using it sparingly on the natural nail. And then as an extra step, because our nails are really long and I want the nail to stick really well, I'm using a bonder, just a tiny drop, and I scrub it in only on a natural nail, a little bit on the gel itself, but mainly on the natural nail. So when the bonder has cured, I am applying clear builder gel on the pinky. And then with a nice glob on my brush, I like to fill in the new growth, kind of blending it down into the old gel and then later buffing it smooth. So once that is applied, I cure that nail individually for 3 minutes. I did the exact same thing on all the nails except the middle finger. Now for the middle finger, I apply the same builder gel on the entire nail and then use some glitters to bling it out. And then with a brush that has some gel on the bristles, but it's white between the paper towel, I like to pick up my glitters and pat it on the nail. I like to create a fade upwards. That way the two glitters blend a little bit better. It overall has a nice look if you do it this way. Then I'll be taking gold with a different brush. This has chunky and small glitters in it, and then I'll be fading it down. Then I like to take my finger and pat every glitter in its place. I know this is not the most sanitary way, but I washed my hands, they're clean, so it's okay. Then I like to remove any glitter that's on the skin and then cure it for 2 minutes. When the glitter has been locked into place, I like to brush on that same builder gel on the entire nail, making sure that every bit of the glitter is being covered, or else you will have these tiny pits and bumps in the nail. So that's what I like to do. I like to keep on brushing, and then build up the desired thickness and shape. I like to do a mix from scribbling and then drizzling. Doesn't really matter as long as it gets filled in. And then I let it cure for 3 minutes. With non-acetone nail polish remover and a lint-free wipe, I'm removing the tacky layer. I then buffed the nails to get a smooth finish and covered the whole nail with Seafoam from Madame Glam. This is a gel polish and it cures in 2 minutes in the UV lamp and 30 seconds in an LED lamp. So I just go ahead and apply 1 layer on every nail except the middle finger. Can we take a second and appreciate how long that thumbnail is? Oh my goodness. I then apply a second layer on the pinky and index finger and also the thumb. And I then let it cure in an LED lamp for 30 seconds. I then go ahead and apply a second layer on the ring finger, but I'm not curing it yet. I then grab the same gold that I used on the middle finger and apply it near the cuticle area and then fading it down, sprinkling a little bit on the nail as I go. And with a rosewood stick I'm pushing down the glitters that are sticking out and then let it cure for 30 seconds. On the pinky I'm applying a gel top coat. This is also from Madame Glam, and I'm applying some rhinestones onto it, as well as some half round gold thingies, and then let it cure for 30 seconds. I then also do the same thing on the index finger. Now with a toothpick, I like to go in between the rhinestones so that they will stick better and they won't pop off whenever you do something. And the rest is just speaks for itself. I then also put some top coat on the middle finger. This is the same one that I use for the rest of the nails, and let it cure for 30 seconds. And then I put a generous amount on the ring finger. I had to think about that. On the ring finger, just to make sure that the glitters are noticeable when you rub the nail, and then let it cure as well. Now to remove the tacky layer, I like to spray on the nail with some rubbing alcohol and then use the brush to get every tackiness from in between the stones. And then just go ahead as usual and remove the tacky layer on the rest of the nails. And that's how it's done. I hope you liked this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!